Hi, this is Deborah Atkinson, the voice for fitness and the author of Navigating Fitness After 50, your GPS for choosing programs and professionals you can trust. So if you're not 50 yet, don't panic and don't go away. But if you have back problems, stick around. I'm going to give you 2 minutes, maybe a little bit more, but beyond that, I'd really love you to go here. Just click here. And beyond this 2 minutes, I'm going to try and give you a really valuable tip during this time, but I can't possibly share everything that you need in terms of some exercises and some stretches that will help to relieve back pain. If you're someone who's got back pain and you know you can get relief. So I know there are people who've got back pain, and you may be one, who know they're going to have to learn to tolerate it for the rest of their lives. But the hope would be that we can reduce the frequency of your back pain, the intensity of your back pain, or both. Even if we can't eliminate it completely, we can help you cope with it better. Here's what I know. I've had back pain. I've had a back injury from being thrown from a horse onto a pile of wood just to make matters worse. That was about 26 years ago. So ever since, that initial 3 to 4 months that it took me to just get up out of the chair and be able to sit and stand with comfort, not have to have a handicap sticker getting in and out of my car, was one of the worst things possible. And as you know, if you've got back problem, cars, getting in and out of bed, rotating to get in and out of your office chair, or changing what you're doing there, some of the very worst things that you have to face during the course of a day, and we all do. So what do? You're vulnerable, because I know it's not just a physical problem, it's an emotional problem, and it stops you from being as productive, stops you from focusing. Basically, it stops you from enjoying the quality of life that you would otherwise had you not had that back pain in the first place. So I'm with you and I'm behind you, and I'm not just talking as a fitness professional who knows there are so many people who have back pain that this would be a great niche for me to market in. I'm doing it because I found a solution to my problem, and then since, over the last 28 years, I've run into so many clients who have had some kind of back problem or were headed for it because of poor technique and things they didn't know that they were doing wrong. They weren't intending to do them wrong, but they were, and they were probably headed for back pain had we not changed technique. So I want to get to you from both sides. One, just to give you the solution that I found that's worked for me. This is a story about a fitness professional who almost couldn't go to grad school and fulfill her graduate assistantship because it was actually involving physical activity, and a lot of it on a daily basis. So in 3 to 4 months over the summer before that began, I had to heal, and I had to be ready to go day one when classes started in the fall. So I made it, and 28 years later, I've been involved in a long year of success where I've helped a lot of people also deal with their problems, reduce the frequency, reduce the intensity, or both of their pain. So here's what I want to share with you. Because it is an evergreen topic, 80% of our population suffers from back pain. There are a lot of marketers out there who are targeting you, who may not know. They're not intentionally trying to hurt you, but they may not know all of the research about what is true today that wasn't true 5 years ago even, and certainly 10 and 20 years ago. So one of the things that's being used right now is, here's a stretch you need to do first thing in the morning to relieve your back pain. Here's the stretch you need to avoid. Here's the absolute worst thing that you can do for your back. When you hear those types of things, I hope that a red flag goes up. So number one, this is what I want you to remember. There is no stretch that you should do first thing in the morning. What research just in this last 3 years is telling us is that stretching first thing in the morning, if you've got back issues, could be one of the very worst things that you do. One of the best things that you can do is get up and go about your normal everyday routine, even if you feel a little stiffer in the morning than you normally do. Let that take care of itself. And after 2 or 3 hours, if you feel a little bit looser, it's telling you you did the exact right thing. Because first thing in the morning, after you've laid horizontal all night long, or however long or short that was for you, your discs between your bones and your joints and your vertebra, particularly in your spine, fill up with fluid. And so when you get up in the morning, you feel stiffer because that's much more firm and you've got more fluid between it. So it's harder to move. It may not be contributed to arthritis. It may not be that you need to stretch. You just need to be upright for a while in the morning for that to take care of itself. Then the more optimal time to exercise is at least 2 to 3 hours after you wake up, when you start to feel looser anyway. So keep that in mind, particularly if you're somebody who prefers to exercise first thing in the morning and you have back pain. You may either have to set the alarm earlier so that you have a chance to be up and awake and moving around first, or get used to the idea of shifting to later in the day being a better time for you to take care of avoiding further back pain. So that research is fairly new. 5 years, 10 years, and 20 years ago, doctors even were telling us to stretch first thing in the morning, bring one knee and the other knee and both knees up to the chest to feel better. That thinking is going away. So if it's been a while since you've had back pain and now you do, don't revert to what you used to do as being the right thing. Get fresh information, because in every industry, it's true, we learn more, we do research, we develop. So now there are newer and better ways to get the right kind of help and relief. So if that was valuable to you, click here and I'll send you a 3-video series giving you some ideas that are fairly risk-free, and I want you to watch them all first before you do them to make sure you've not been told don't do this. But they are fairly low level, but offer a great deal of support for the deep core muscles that act like your girdle around your lower back and your pelvis, that really help to protect you much more than some of the potentially injurious things that you might have been doing in the past. So go here, and I'll see you on the other side.